Precision and soft casting technique, the key to keeping fish from bolting. Hey there, fishing fanatics. Happy new day, and welcome back to Fishing 24 Hours, your go-to channel for hardcore fishing tips and stories that make every trip legendary. Ever notice how, at the same spot, some anglers drop their bait and fish swarm instantly, while others cast a dozen times and get nothing? The difference often lies in how you cast your bait. Soft, precise, and right on target. Today we'll dive into the art of casting bait accurately and gently. The key to keeping fish from bolting, helping you dominate any fishing hole and haul in monster catches. This story goes back a few months to Lake Ray Roberts, Texas, a prime fishing spot. I was pumped, casting my bait hard, and it hit the water with a loud splash, sending ripples everywhere. The fish I saw cruising nearby scattered fast, and my float sat still for an hour, not a single bite. Ready to pack up, I got a tip from an old angler nearby. He chuckled. "Fish out here are skittish, kid. Cast soft, like a leaf falling, and aim for where they're feeding." I took his advice, adjusted my wrist, aimed for a grassy bank, and let the bait glide down gently. In under 5 minutes, my float danced, and I pulled up a 4-pound carp, thrashing like crazy. That day I bagged a few bluegill too, my bucket heavy, pride sky high. That's when it hit me. Cast right, soft, and on point, and fish can't resist. In this video, we'll explore why casting bait precisely and gently is the key. How to master the technique, pick the perfect spot, and make your bait land like a feather. I've got 2 real-life stories from the US to fire you up. Plus, practical tips, beginner advice, and safety pointers to make you a master of any fishing hole. These tricks work in ponds, lakes, rivers, and creeks across America, from Lake Ray Roberts to the Mississippi, for species like carp, grass carp, bluegill, crappie, and bass. So, grab a cold soda, get comfy, and let's uncover the casting secrets to catch big fish. Why does casting precisely and gently matter? Wild fish are sensitive to noise and movement. Heavy cast creates waves, a loud splash, and spooks fish, sending them darting away. Casting off target misses the fish's feeding zone, wasting your time. But a soft cast, landing like a leaf right where fish are gathered, keeps them calm and draws them to your bait. This technique sets the stage from the first second, turning you into a fish hunting pro. I've tested it on countless trips, and a perfect cast is the first step to a full bucket. Hand technique is the first key. Use wrist flicks, not your whole arm, to control the bait's path, keeping it straight and accurate. Hold the rod lightly, release the line smoothly, and stop the rod at the right moment for a pinpoint landing. Let the bait glide down softly, barely rippling the water, keeping the float natural to avoid spooking fish. For carp, drop the bait to the bottom, setting your float 5 to 10 centimeters from the hook, using a 1/16 to 1/8 ounce sinker to hold steady. Carp nibble lightly, so wait for a full float dip or steady pull, then set the hook gently. Use a 6 to 8 pound test line for big fighters. At Lake Ray Roberts, soft casts near grassy banks are the ticket for carp and grass carp. The trick is practicing a soft touch. Practice casting in an open area, aiming at a fixed target, like a tree or rock, to get the feel for your wrist. If using soft bait like dough or sweet potato mix, wrap it tightly around a size 4 to 6 hook to avoid it flying off. Avoid casting into strong crosswinds, as it throws off aim and sends bait astray. Watch the water bubbles, swirls, or fish shadows signal a hot spot. If your float twitches lightly, wait for a full dip to set the hook firmly. Don't cast too hard, fish get spooked, especially bluegill and crappie. Picking the right casting spot is the second piece. Look for golden zones, where bubbles, gentle swirls, or fish shadows show feeding activity. Use a landmark on the bank, like a tree, rock, or grass patch, to aim accurately. At Lake Ray Roberts, grassy edges or submerged roots are carp and grass carp havens. Cast near grass, roots, or the bottom of calm pools, 4 to 8 inches from the bottom. Use a 1/16 to 1/8 ounce sinker to keep bait in place. For crappie, cast midwater, 0.5 to 1 meter deep. Twitching your rod every 2 to 3 seconds to spread the scent. If no bubbles or fish show, move to a quieter, shadier spot. Timing your cast is also critical. Carp and grass carp feed hard early morning. 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. or late afternoon. 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. near grass or roots. Crappie hits strong at midday or after rain by flooded grass. Cloudy days, post-rain, or light breezes are ideal. Fish lower their guard and bite eagerly. At Lake Ray Roberts, post-rain is prime time for soft casts to draw big fish. If your float's still, wait for peak hours or aim closer to the fish's feeding zone. To boost success, chum lightly before casting. Near roots, scatter cornmeal or dough scraps to draw carp. By grass, toss a bit of bait powder for crappie, chum sparingly. Wait 10 to 15 minutes for fish to gather. Look for bubbles or fish. Time to cast. This turns your spot into a fish magnet, upping big catch odds. If no bites in 15 to 20 minutes, shift spots or cast softer to hit the sweet spot. Here's another story to show the power of casting right. One trip on the Mississippi River, I fished with buddies. They cast hard, splashing water everywhere, and fish vanished fast. I picked a quiet bank by a reed patch, aimed carefully, and let my bait glide down silently, float barely rippling. In under 30 minutes, I landed 3 bluegill, each over a pound, solid fighters. My crew was amazed. Casting's an art, man. That day I bagged a few crappie too, my bucket heavy, a lesson I'll never forget. To cast like a pro, prep smart. Bring varied baits, worms, shrimp, dough, or powder to test what works. Wrap soft baits tightly to avoid losing them mid-cast. Use size 4 to 6 hooks, strong 6 to 8 pound line, sensitive float, and check for where to avoid breaks. Watch the water, bubbles, ripples, fish to pick casting spots. At the right depth, bottom for carp, mid-water for crappie. Practice in open areas, aiming at fixed targets to nail your wrist technique and distance. On calm ponds or lakes, cast near grass or roots, 4 to 8 inches from the bottom. In muddy bottom ponds, drop to the bottom with a 1/16 to 1/8 ounce sinker. In rivers, pick slow current corners. After rain, cast softly near grass to draw carp and grass carp. Keep experimenting. If no action after 15 to 20 minutes, move or cast lighter. Avoid crosswinds. Bait goes off course. Don't jerk the rod too hard. Fish spook, especially bluegill and bass. Safety's key. Avoid slippery banks, especially after rain at Lake Ray Roberts, to prevent falls. In rivers, wear a life jacket near currents. Keep noise low. Avoid shadows on the water. Bluegill and crappie spook easily. Set a backup light behind you at night to see your path and avoid tripping. When casting soft bait, wrap it well to avoid splattering yourself. A little caution keeps your trip fun and safe. New to fishing, casting technique's a great lesson. Try a pond with dough bait, casting softly to the bottom for carp. Or fish crappie in a lake, aiming mid-water at 0.5 to 1 meter. Note which spots and casts work, like grass carp after rain. Don't sweat a still float. Adjust your aim or cast lighter. This skill builds observation and patience, setting you up for big catches. To level up, practice casting at the right depth, twitching for mid-water fish, or aiming more precisely. Spend trips at ponds, lakes, or rivers, picking spots by water signs. Use a sensitive rod, sensitive float, strong line. Crowded spots, find a quiet corner to keep fish calm. These details make you a casting pro, even with a simple toss. Precision in soft casting is an art few share. Cast gently, hit the mark, time it right, and fish won't bolt. 3 words: soft, precise, perfect. Every perfect cast, fish swarming, floats dancing, feels like carrying on the old-timer's legacy. When the float dips slow, heart racing, hands gripping the rod, that's a moment only anglers get. Rookie or pro, this technique will make you king of any fishing hole. That's it, folks. We've cracked the secrets of precision and soft casting, from technique to picking spots to avoiding slip-ups. I hope you're pumped to try this skill. Smash that like, share with your fishing crew, and subscribe to Fishing 24 Hours for more killer tips. Got a casting story worth sharing? Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. Tight lines, big catches. See you next time.